up on a party like Chris Farley. All the places I've never known, it will change.
Yo guys, what's going on? Frozen, now you're back here with some more gaming content for you guys, but today I'm not back with some gaming content, because today we're going to be unboxing this guy right here, or girl I guess, I don't know. Board, it's boosted, well, this is what it's called, it's the electric longboard. The thing's pretty beast mode, at least from what I've experienced. I don't know how many miles on this because they do not have an app for Android right now. But yeah, this is backwards right now, so I'm going to flip that around, even though it says it on the camera right side up. Anyway, so you got just a regular box, just whatever, you know, hashtag boosted boards. So now, you know, boxes, so what you do, put that there on, and this isn't going to be one of my normal videos. Usually when I'm doing videos, I'm doing gaming videos, but you know, every now and then I'll do a gaming regular video that I think is great. Make sure it's good. So yeah, here's the board. I don't know how wide it is. I think it's like maybe 23 inch, no, maybe like 43 inches, something like that. This one is the Dual Plus version, so this is the 1500 model. And this has extra grip, it goes with 25% gradient hills, goes 22 miles per hour, all that type of stuff, so that's pretty cool. Comes with orangutan wheels, see over here. It also comes with this little triangle over here, which I like, because that tells you which way you're going. This is forward, and this is backwards. We're going to go ahead and take this out of the box, leave that aside for now, we'll talk about it later. And now, we enter this little items. So anyways, it comes with this stuff, to the side, whatever. Then it comes with this little box. You just bring it out of here, put this box down on the floor. So next up, we got this little thing, whatever. So, normal box, just like the other box, just kind of there for holding purposes. And I'm just going to kind of unfold like the other, pretty cool. So this is your remote. So, this thing I've already gone and used. Obviously, as you can see the board, when I was using it, you guys can see like the streaks on the wheels and stuff like that. You guys can see some use out of this thing. And I've only used this thing for about 3 days, but I've used it every single day and every single hour that I could. So anyways, this is your remote. Just gonna get right to it. This is the changing settings for it. It'll also tell you, like for instance, if I turn it on, it'll turn on like that. It'll give that to know that it's on, obviously, you know. And this is your Wi-Fi signal, which is Bluetooth for the boosted board, and I'll get to that in a minute. And this will tell you your battery percentage on the board, as well as this for the Wi-Fi signal will turn orange once it's connected to the board, which we'll get later to that. But it'll basically tell you how fast you're going and what speed you're on. So next up, we're going to get to the rest of the stuff in the box, kind of the boring stuff, but you know, it's useful in the end. Anyways, this is kind of like the instructions. Quick start guide. I'll explain it all later. We're just going to throw this aside as well. Then we got up next is your charging for this guy right here, the remote. And this wire does not come already put on it, but it's very simple to put on, so you guys can figure that out. Just want to say that. And here's your charging port right there. You just plug this into there. Obviously not the USB side, and I just kind of put this back together as well as I can, or as well as I could. Here's the charging port that you put into there, and this is a USB. Obviously I would try to get a little box to connect the USB to an actual outlet, so that way it's not like a regular, you know, just plug into a computer or something like that. You could use this on the go, you know, plug right in, you know, everything like that. Anyways, next up we got this big ass box. This is going to be the charger for the actual board. This will connect underneath, and this will basically charge it within 60 to 90 minutes depending on how low your battery is. And if it's halfway on 3 batteries out of 5, it'll charge it in about 15 minutes, so it's not that long. This will be plugged into your board, and this side, this is another cord. This will be plugged into this side, just like so, and you plug this into the wall. So it's pretty decent sized length for wire. It's very well done. I would say this board is made the best stuff possible. And the next stuff that comes with this stuff is just couple stickers. It did come with a box, not even a box, kind of like this package, plastic paper like this. And basically it was a little strip like that, and it came with a shit ton of cards because not many people have this board. I've rarely seen it where I'm at. And it's just, I don't know, it's just weird seeing it. But yeah, they give you cards and stuff like that in another plastic bag. And basically what you do is if someone comes by and asks you, you just give them the card and tell them, hey, this is where I got it. This is what it is. So anyways, let's get rid of all this boring stuff. Put this to the side. We'll keep this right here. Put this to the side. And we'll bring the board over. So let's flip this over. So now, what you got at the bottom is, hopefully you guys can see that very well. You guys see this. Right here, you got your two motors. These will run your wheels, obviously. The more torque you use, the more amount of speed you're going to get out of it, but the less mileage you're going to get out of it. So obviously if you're going on the 4-speed, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll beat 4 times, then you're going to get about 4.2 miles. But if you're using it on setting 2, which is the recommended setting for eco boost and stuff like you know, just going around and cruising around, trying to get place to place, put it on setting 2, it'll get you about 8.2 miles, somewhere around there, depending on what you're doing. But this motor is actually really fucking cool because it's got, I don't know, it's just two motors, because it is 2,000 watts. That's why it's a dual plus, because it's a dual, two of them, and it's dual plus. So 2,000 watts out of it's a pretty fucking large amount. Obviously, you got all your other stuff for your skateboard and needs and stuff like that. Next up, here's where your Bluetooth comes in, as well as some power. The power mostly comes from the top of the board right over here, which is the battery. Right here, this is your on button. So you just click that like that. See the green button, that'll turn on, and now be able to hook up to this. So you hold this down, that'll turn on. Then you'll see the Wi-Fi signal turn on. Now you'll see how much it's charged by literally just clicking it once. I got 5 bars out of this because I just charged it. And it'll run down eventually over time. It will go 5 bar, then 4, and then 4 and 5, but the 5 is kind of blinking, so it's kind of telling you you're halfway on the first bar, and it'll just go down and down until it fully drains. And I think it starts to slow down at the end, so that way if you're in a 4 setting, you're not going to go speeding fast. Like, you're not going to be at 4 just like that, and then all of a sudden, you know, it turns off and you're like, oh shit, what the, you know, it's going to actually slow itself down. So that's a good part about that. Other than that, build's pretty good. This is made out of bamboo, so this is really bendable. I'll show you guys that in just a second. But before I show you guys that, I just want to say this is also this part right here. You flick this little rubber piece up. I've seen some reviews that say that it's very difficult, like it'll just pop out. I haven't had that problem yet, and I've been riding this for a pretty good amount of time, I would say. And you just charge it right there, and then you just pop this back in, and just like that, you're good to go. Next up, what you see right here is the actual board itself, and this has the extra grip on it because it's just dual plus. Obviously, the others, like the $1,000 model, and the $1,300 model, are also bendable, but you do not have the grip on it. You do not have the grip that this one does, at least. This one has extra grip, so that way, you know, you're not gonna fall off at those high speeds. You know, going 22 down a hill or something like that, you're not going to fall off or anything like that. So you guys can see right here, put a lot of force on it, and you know, it's not going to break. This thing can hold. So far, what I've seen, it has no weight limit. It can hold up to 250 pounds plus. That's as far as I know on that. So don't quote me on that, but I'm just saying that's how much I've seen so far. And obviously, you guys can see right here, you got the orangutan wheels, really nice. Obviously they're a little dirty right now, gotta clean them. Really no purpose in that, honestly, because you're gonna be on the ground most of the time. But other than that, I think that might be pretty much it. Other than that, I'll tell you guys a couple simple things about the board, such as it could go up 25% gradient hills, which is about maybe that out of that. It's a very steep hills you could go up of. I've heard of people going up of hills that are insanely crazy. some hills that just would not be normally gone up, which is a good thing. And that also comes in play with this thing, which I will teach you guys a little bit about this. I know I said that most of the stuff that I'm going to be teaching you guys is facts, but this is also another thing that you're going to be able to learn, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about this. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to see this flashing lever here, which is beeping 2 times, which means it's on stage 2. So all you do is you see it says 3, or at least I think you guys can see that. It's carved in there. It's a little 3 sketched in there. And here you go. 1, 2, 3. Beep 3 times. That means it's in setting 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you heard that beep 4 times. Now it's in setting 4. Now you go 1, 2, 3. Now it's in setting 1. So this is the preferable one for beginners. It's very easy to use, very basic and stuff like that. If you're a longboard rider, it'll be easier for you, obviously, but you definitely do need to get the hang of this, because some people like to have their foot like this, per se, and then their other foot like this. Meanwhile, if you're riding this, most of the time you have your feet like this. That's just how it would happen. But anyways, for this, you're going to be holding this trigger down at all times. Without this, you will not be able to move your board. It'll literally just, you can circle this the whole time, it will not move. We need this on, and it'll start going that way and that way. I have to push the box off the table, okay guys? But yeah, that's how you do that. Obviously, when you're doing this, you want to ease into it, so very slowly go into it, very slowly go back. And both ways go the same speed. And if you're going forward and you really want to stop, you just slowly bring it back. It's just kind of getting used to, and it's kind of just muscle memory at times. Obviously, the first time you're going on it, your legs are literally going to wobble like crazy, like mine were. But all you got to do, that I can say, is keep your knees a little bit bent. Keep your legs solid. Don't leave them loose, because they will just fly out of, I don't know, they will just fly. And obviously, you're going to think at first, like, oh, 22 miles per hour, there's no way that I could do that. But I could say that after a good day or two of just practicing this over and over again, maybe for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 hours at most, you'll be perfect at this thing. This thing's very easy to use, very simple to know and stuff like that, and it's just really fucking awesome. And if you guys can also see here, there are 4 lines right here. You can barely see them, it's very hard to see. But they run across the board, and that's the wiring running from here to here. Now obviously you do not want to handle this thing like a normal board. You do not want to use this thing like you don't want to take this thing and then when you're on the ground, you don't want to chuck it on the ground. It's got 2 motors on it, it's not waterproof, it's not anything like that. So you really don't want to damage this thing. So you really want to leave it like that. It's not preferred to go over, any bumps, any cracks, anything like that. Try to ride it on the road. Try not so much on sidewalks, because sidewalks, if you hit a bump and it's a small little, not a little small bump, but if it's a little big bump and it's right over the wheel, like about maybe yay high, halfway the wheel, maybe even less, it might not go over your board and you might just eat shit right there. So I'm just saying for that purpose, you guys not eat shit, please try to stay safe with this thing. This thing is deadly. I would definitely say that's why I prefer wearing a helmet. 888, that's a good helmet to get. I picked up one with the board. Very, very comfortable helmet. I would bring it down, but I'm just not going to do that right now because I don't want to leave this recording for too long. But yeah, it's a really good helmet. I definitely recommend it. I don't know. It's just really comfortable. That's all I got to say, really. And obviously pick your sizes. I would definitely go to a store. Don't buy it digitally. Like, on the online stores and stuff like that. I would try to go in, get your feel for it. You obviously want it tight, not loose or anything like that, because if you fall with this thing, you will get hurt, okay? I'm just saying. So you just want to stay really safe with this thing. Obviously, you want to avoid pebbles, rocks, sand, anything that you see. You're looking ahead 20 feet from you, or at least you're trying to. You're trying to look ahead into the future. Not the future, really, just in front of you, I guess. And you're trying to predict where you're going. And, if you see a crack this way, maybe veer off to the left of it. Or maybe, just stop the board, just back it up, and then just walk right over it. And just put your board down and go right again. And also stay careful of cars. Same thing goes with motorcycles. It's kind of the same type of concept. You want to always think that they cannot see you. You want to think that they think you're invisible, because literally people can die on this thing, you know, as sad as it is. People will die if you take the wrong turn, or if you're just going in front of, like, I don't know, let's just say you're going this way, and all of a sudden you take a left and you don't realize that some guy also is going this way, and then you're getting T-boned or you're getting hit from behind or something. You know, you get really hurt with this thing. So I definitely recommend stopping at stop signs, even though, you know, you can blow right through them. Don't do it. Even though you don't have to, really. I mean, there's no law against it. There's no law against these at all. You don't have to have a license for this. And yeah, that's pretty much all you got to do for that. I mean, just stay safe on this thing. Avoid all those things. I ride on rocks sometimes, but you really do not want to let it happen, because this thing, it'll get caught up in the motor back here, and then once it's in there, it could grind up the gears and stuff like that, and just fuck up your board completely. And sometimes stuff is not irreplaceable. Like this might be replaceable, but I don't know if it's going to be replaceable. So I'm just saying that's something to look out for. Another thing as well that you do not want to do with this board is you definitely do not want to be listening to music. Definitely fine if you have it in your pocket or something like that. Just make sure it's not too loud. You can hear your surroundings. And just make sure you can see other vehicles, you know. Like, definitely don't have a hoodie on, because if you have a hoodie on, what the fuck are you seeing from your left to your right? You're not going to see shit. What are you going to see when you're having, or what are you going to hear when you have earbuds in? You know, you're screwed because you're not hearing anything. There was this one guy that showed me something about this, and he was telling me exactly when I bought it. The guy's name is Glenn, and this guy is actually really fucking cool. Like, chill-ass dude, awesome dude. Definitely go check him out at Heli Sport in Huntington. Really fucking cool guy. I'll definitely go check out these boards, and if you guys do go check it out, definitely recommend, like, saying my name, because maybe he'll notice me. Just say Frozen Light, maybe he'll say anything about it. I'm not too sure, but this guy was telling me that some guy, some billionaire, zillionaire, whatever, like, extremely rich guy, one day, you know, taking his rollerblades out, and, you know, obviously not this, but just regular rollerblades, and having a great day, woke up early morning, put his earbuds in, couldn't hear anything, just playing music regularly, and one day he was just going across the road, just regular, down the road, and, you know, he wanted to go over to the other side because he had to get somewhere, and so he went to go take a left, and if you guys can guess what happened next, he got hit by a garbage truck, and I don't know how loud a garbage truck is, because literally, if you guys hear it, you guys will be like, okay, what the fuck? Like, that's so loud. How didn't you hear it? You're listening to music. You don't, sometimes I'm listening to music. I don't even hear shit. Even when someone's talking to me right next to me, you will not hear anything. It's very hard to hear anything like that. And the guy got killed on impact. So, you know, life can be ended very quickly when you're riding this thing. So that's why I'm saying be careful, because if you're not, and you're just being stupid and you just aren't, like, aware of your surroundings or anything like that, you're gonna be fucked, okay? So I'm gonna end it off on that note, even though it's a pretty sad note. Definitely go check out these boards. They're fucking fantastic. They're brand new, or at least I think so, because this is a little more updated than the old software that they used to have. This used to be like a circle, and, you know, the boards used to not be as great as they are now. Now they are pretty much mint condition. Like, they're perfect the way that I see it. There was some flaws back then when they first made it. Obviously, like, you know, you couldn't tell what setting you were on in some of the videos that I were watching, and I was like, wow, that's kind of depressing. Like, you know, that's kind of bad. And also another thing is, what I would recommend doing is on here, you guys can see this, your trucks right here, which are these little things, and they're like kind of circles. They are very tight, okay? I have not changed mine because I've just been a little lazy on my side, and I just kind of don't want to change them, kind of just getting used to the board anyways. But these, I would definitely recommend getting orangutan bushings, because those will allow the board to turn a lot more easier. It also gives it a little more life in the board. You know, you get it to move a lot more smoother, you get to turn a lot more smoother, because these are really solid trucks. Like, I would definitely recommend either loosening them up or getting orangutan bushings, something of that sort, and just allow the board to move the way it should be. not limited to what it is. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Booster board, definitely go buy one, 1,500. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for future videos. Also be sure to like my video if you want to show me your support. Also subscribe if you're new. Favorite if you want. I don't know, you guys really don't have to do that. Share my video around, that would be fucking cool, because this would really get out and just into the eye of the public, because this thing is great. It's better than Segways in my opinion. Some people say Segways are better, but I don't know, they're not that great to me. So yeah, do all that stuff that I just said. Comment down below if you guys even want, what you guys think about this shit, because this thing is fucking fantastic. And if you guys want to go see me go out on the streets and try it out, I will definitely go ahead and do that for you guys and show you guys what this thing is capable of. So if we get about maybe 10, 20 likes, something like that, I'll definitely make another video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Do all that shit that I just said, and I'll see you guys in the next video.